Setting up conversion tracking in Meta is essential as it will unlock conversion based bidding, which will help you achieve a lower cost per lead or cost per conversion. Hi, and welcome back to Munalytics. Today, I will be showing you how to set up the Facebook pixel as well as send through conversion events to the pixel as well. What you'll need to get started with this is a Facebook ads account, Google Tag Manager set up on site. You can check out the other video in the link below to see how to set this up, and triggers for the events we want to measure. We'll be using the triggers we previously set up in our GA4 video, which I'll link below. That will help you set up triggers for any events that you may want to track. All right, and with that, let's jump right into Facebook. I usually navigate to business.facebook.com. Let's go into Ads Manager. You'll see in here all the ad accounts you have access to under Munalytics. What we're more interested in is pixel. In order to see the pixels, if you click on the all tools, you may see event manager on your list, but I do believe this list changes person by person. Click into events manager, click into data sources. You will see your pixels tied to this ad account. You can change ad accounts from here. Pixels and ad accounts are separate. So you can tie one pixel to multiple ad accounts, or you can have multiple pixels on a single ad account. I would not suggest having multiple pixels on a single ad account. In order to set up a new pixel, in case you don't want to use the one here or you can't find the one here, go into business settings, go under data sources, click on data sets. As a note, it used to be under pixels, but they have updated now. If you did go to the pixels tab, it will tell you to go to the datasets tab. Click add to set up a new dataset. Also, you can see here all of the pixels that your account or your business manager has access to. All right, we're going to head back to Events Manager, back to where we were earlier. As a note, you can use a little shortcut, the three dots here, open in Events Manager. I'm going to open in a new tab, back to where we were before. We're going to actually close this previous tab since we no longer need it. Over here, as you can see, this pixel has no activity. So we're going to click the Setup Meta Pixel option. I like to select Install Code manually. Copy the code. Head into Google Tag Manager. And then add in a tag for my Facebook pixel. We're going to create a new Facebook tag for this because it's the main pixel. I'm going to call it page tracking because it fires on every page view. Custom HTML. Paste in the code that it has given you and fire it on all pages. Save this for the time being. I'm going to click out of this. As a note, if you have a pixel that's active and firing events, it will show you the page here that looks like this without the setup and integration. The way you would find the pixel ID here is add events, add new integration, click meta pixel, click setup. Again, I'm going to use that manually add code to the website. And over here, you'll get back to the same page that you saw earlier. With that set up, the pixel will now be on your website. Obviously, this won't go live until you publish. However, we're not publishing yet as we do want to add in some conversion events as well. Jumping back into Google Tag Manager, let's set up a new conversion event for when someone submits a form. If you watch my last video, you will see that there are a number of different items, form submissions in here as we were setting up tracking for all types of form submissions. I'm going to add in the trigger for phone call click. Again, if you need to know how to create triggers, please watch the earlier video linked below. And now I need to tell it to fire an event when someone does this. The script that's going to get used is pretty easy. I'll make sure to have it somewhere in the description as well so you can copy and paste it. Essentially, it's script FBQ in quotations or in next track, and then the event you want to track. Once you've put in the event you want to track, you need to close the script, and there you have it. You can add on extra parameters as in you can add extra values to this. For the time being, we're going to keep it very simple and we're only going to use very high level events. Facebook has a ton of built in events that it will recognize off the bat. I tend to always use those events as I have found that it more accurately tracks. There were issues when iOS first came out that it wasn't tracking custom events. Custom event is when you give it a particular name, like if I say phone call, that's not one of Facebook's regular events. So Meta has a list of standard events which you can track right out of the box. So you'll see here a full list of their standard events. I'll also share a link to this section as well. The one we just used was the contact one. We're going to save this. I'm going to set up a new event for when someone fills out a contact form on the website. Going to be custom HTML. Going to take the script I used earlier, but this time instead of contact, I want it to be flagged as a lead. Again, lead is a standard event within Facebook itself. It's not a custom event. A custom event would be something you're naming yourself. Where possible, I usually avoid using these. This trigger when someone completes our form submission. In this case, I believe it is form complete, thank you, visibility message. Now that we've set up our conversion events, before we publish, we want to test everything is working as intended. In order to do so, we'll be using the preview function in GTM as well as the test event function in Meta Ads. If I click on test events here, what I like to do is open the page up using this one first. So I'm going to go to munalytics.com. Just going to paste that into website URL to test elements. I'm actually going to close this now because that will get this started. We didn't see it fire because nothing's published yet. Now we're going to preview. In preview mode, what GTM shows you is what would happen if all of this stuff went live. Now we're in preview mode. We should see a page view pop up. Perfect. We're going to check in GTM as well. We have Facebook page tracking. All of these tags fired. These tags did not fire. Next, now we're going to go and start to do some conversions. I'm going to open back up to the window that popped up that my Google Tag Manager is monitoring. I'm going to click Contact Us. Go to the Contact Us page in Facebook. I should see another page view. I did. It does have some automatically logged events. Most of the time, these are not good. These are not really helpful. If you have seen otherwise, let me know. We are going to now click on the phone number to call. So this should be our contact event. So did it fire in? We have seen it's fired event phone call, and in the events manager, you can see this contact action has come up. Next action we want to test is filling out the form submission. What I like to do is click submit. As you can see, when we've submitted the form, it has processed the lead. Similarly, the lead event has fired. Now that we know this is working, I'm going to actually stop the debug. I'm going to close this and I'm going to submit my changes. Give it a version name as well as a description. Hit publish. And now this is live. With that, we've set up some events in our Metapixel, mainly lead and contact events. If you are an e-commerce brand and want to import value in e-commerce conversions into Facebook, a lot of the e-commerce apps such as WooCommerce or even Shopify have an option to directly paste in your Facebook or Metapixel ID. And from there, it will automatically send the events for you. You will not need to set up anything else additional. I do not recommend trying to set up e-commerce tracking directly through Google Tag Manager. It is pretty complex. And a lot of times, the systems that are most commonly used have an integration that allows it to send information directly to Facebook with you just providing the pixel ID and nothing else. A couple of important notes here. One, as always, naming conventions. You will notice I have a specific naming convention where I start with Facebook, then I mark it as this is an event and say what the event is or what it's tracking more accurately. This just helps keep your GTM container clean. And when I order it, I can see all of the Facebook or Meta pixels because they are in order based on the fact that the name starts with Facebook. Two is make sure to use the standard events as mentioned throughout this video. There was a time where Facebook said they would not track custom events as well anymore due to iOS 14 updates and other items. They seem to have rolled that back, but I still have found that data does come in better quality when I use the standard events. And free is, you may have noticed when setting up the events, we didn't have to put in a Facebook pixel ID. The events will then fire to all of the pixels on that page. So if you have 2 or 3 Facebook pixels on the page, you only need one event that says lead, and it will pass the information back to all 3 of the pixels on that. And that's pretty much it. As always, if you have any questions or want anything explained further, feel free to leave a comment below the video or send me a message directly. Thanks for watching.